once a month or so, we invite Shell Busey, our resident Mr. Fix-It, to pay us a visit because he is house smart and wrinkle-proof. It is my pleasure to welcome Shell Busey back to Studio 4 to tell us more.
Good morning, Fanny. Wrinkle-proof, I guess I am.
Well,
they can take care of that other than
they can makeup. In makeup, you know.
They used a whitewash brush this morning on me. They really did.
a trawl? Is it called a trawl?
Well, actually, it was next to it.
Well, I'll tell you, Gemma brings me to life every morning.
Well,
and we don't want to be on television without this.
They're wonderful ladies.
Trust
me.
They
really are. And they do a heck of a job, let me tell you. That. And I understand that this weekend they're going to be doing a wedding.
Apparently, I have a daughter getting married.
To Todd, our Mac roofer.
Yes.
And folks, yeah, he's a roofer of Shell Busey's House Smart Referral.
Yes, he is.
Nice guy.
Mac Residential Roofing.
Nice
Give
guy.
it a plug because now he's going to need money now that he's marrying my daughter, right? I
Will
mean,
this
she
have
makes
to,
money, and he makes, the more money he makes, the happier I am.
Will this have to keep pounding away at those referrals, getting him busy?
Exactly.
He's a flat roofer.
Keep him busy. He's a flat roofer, and he does all that torch-on stuff, and that's hard work.
You bet it is. And it's, you know, doing a roof of any time of the year, this time of the year is the worst. I mean, it's hot.
Oh, I know.
You're right up where there's no protection. And to be putting on torch with a tiger torch out in front of you, it is hot.
And if you are doing a commercial building or something and it's high, ooh, I'm glad I'm not one of them.
But they make great son-in-laws, roofers.
Apparently they do. Most of the people swanning around Palm Springs in Europe are blue-collar boys. Don't kid yourself. A lot of the lawyers are still trying to work it out. So, what should we talk about? Painting your house this summer, because I know that's on your list. You always send me the chore list.
Yeah.
And you say before you paint, you have to wash it?
Well, the most important thing of any paint project or staining, clean it. Because if you don't clean it, your paint is not going to give you the longevity that you're paying for. Now, the other thing is that you don't use a power washer to clean. Now, you can have a professional come out and prepare your house. In fact, I have a number of homeowners will phone me and say, Shell, the painter's here and he's power washing my house, and you say, never do that. And I always come back saying, you're now dealing with a pro. You're dealing with a painter that knows how to use a pressure washer.
Okay.
It's the homeowner that rents the power washer and then proceeds to wash their house.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, you have a wand, first of all.
Yes, I know.
With a very fanny sort of, fanny.
A fanny?
Every time I say,
a wand
with a fan-shaped water nozzle.
Yes.
And when you're washing the house, you're missing a lot because you know, the home is wet. You can't really see what is clean and what's not. And then when you apply the paint, you can almost see where the paint is lifting, where that fan.
Because I used one once and I blew some paint right off the house.
Oh yeah, you bet you
I'm not kidding, made a big patch.
You can carve wood with pressure.
Oh, fine.
You can carve concrete
now
with
you
pressure.
tell me.
There you go.
Okay,
it's just that easy.
If you don't know how to pressure wash, hire a professional, clean the house.
And
what about paint? The type of paint you use?
Well, paint, as you know, now we're into the process of getting rid of the VOCs, that's volatile organic materials that's in the paint. And acrylic latexes, water-based products are coming in. 2012 is kind of the deadline.
Right.
And if that'll ever be presented to move on into the future further, who knows. But the product today that is being applied for decks and trim and siding and, you know, really is the product of the future. So you're really paying for what you're getting. And it's the organics that's really in product that gives it that strength.
So it's best to use really good paint.
Good paint.
If you're going to do it, use the good paint.
And
go big or go home.
I got to say Cloverdale paint, but I know there's the Benjamin Moores and General Paints and the Duluxes and all that out there. But being Cloverdale as a sponsor of my program, my most recent program, as you know, that we...
I heard some shocking news this morning from my floor director.
Yes, you obviously weren't listening yesterday to the most difficult show that I think I've ever done on the Home Discovery Show.
Why didn't you tell me? Because there might have been tears and stuff, and I would have tuned in to that.
There was tears. Actually, I was quite emotional. And
I bet.
It really came to the point that, You know, Fanny, being in the media is one thing. I love it. First of all, I love what I do. The home improvement industry has been my life for over 50 years now. And being involved in radio for almost 30 of that, and 25 on the Giant 98.
I was there when you started.
There you go. And
the Build It show.
The Build It show. CJOR, way back in the
Yes, it was
Pat
Shell
Burns.
Busey's Build It show.
That's
And we used to get, I think I've told this story a million times because it's such a good story. We would get mail to the radio station saying to build it.
Build It, yeah.
And I thought, who's he?
Yeah,
They said, no, it's Shell Busey who does the Build It show, and people think his name is Build It.
Build It. In fact, I had my license on the vehicle at that time, Build It. B-I-L-D-I-T, Build It.
Maybe it's your fault.
I
No,
think that-
I get mail, or got mail then on radio because people can't see you and they're not sure. I don't know why. I guess
They
maybe.
think I'm a little guy for some reason. They say, goodness gracious, you're much taller than
I know.
what
See,
thought.
they always thought I was buxom and blonde. Not quite so.
But then when they see you, it's just gorgeous beauty
Sure.
all the way.
Such a surprise. She's really old.
Well, you
Back
know,
to your show. So
well,
you just decided to hang it up.
well, it was a big decision. First of all,
Not fired. Let's
oh
make
no,
that
gosh,
clear.
no. In fact, I'd have to say that the Chorus Radio Network, Mr. Tom Plestaris, as you know, was very instrumental in where I am today in radio. But and I met with him over a month ago, and most recently before this weekend. But I was looking for a hang-up reason, and hanging up the headset and the microphone, and getting a reason. Yes, we have two grandsons that I want to spend a lot of time. Frankie and myself, we want to do some things with our grandkids that we don't want to ever miss. That's one thing. The other thing is that I didn't want it to be a leaving of the airwaves for any other purpose than weekends really get to the point of being so precious.
Sure.
Saturday and Sundays have really been my life for the last, 25 years.
Very much so.
And every Saturday up at 3:30 in the morning to do my show that goes across Canada, and then on Sunday for the local market. And I thought, well, how do I get out of that? How do I really proceed to move out of that limelight? And Canada Day was coming up, and I thought, oh, Canada Day, maybe that would be kind of the marker,
Right.
Canada Day weekend. And then I got the call last week, I'm going in for a mitral valve repair in my heart, so I'm having open heart surgery
For heaven's
this
sakes,
week.
that's a good excuse.
Well, I thought, well, that's 8 weeks.
Wow.
8 weeks recouping after that, and
But those heart surgeons are so good. at
oh
what they
well,
do now.
and I'm looking forward to it. In fact, they said, we don't want you. We know you, Shell. You don't do anything for 8 weeks. So okay, what am I going to do? And I mean, you know, being on air, no matter how many years you've been at, there's still that stress. You don't know what's
sure.
coming out there. And so really it
You
came
noticed.
down to well, I know I've been there, and
Yeah,
you're
live
there,
radio.
and
I do live television. Anything can
Phil
happen.
Reimer here a moment ago, and you know, it really is those media types. And so there was Canada Day, there was our reason on weekends, and then with the fact that I'm going in for heart surgery, I thought now's the time.
Yeah, it's a message. You got the message and you heard it.
Right.
Because we don't want you to drop on the radio and have what they call dead air.
Exactly.
No.
And I don't want to be reminded or remembered as the person that died doing what he loves doing.
Exactly.
And so
unless you're
really-
on the golf course or
Unless
something.
golf course
Yes.
or
Let's
cruising.
not, let's not die at work.
Exactly,
Okay? Let's
exactly.
die in Capri or someplace.
Well, one of the things I want the folks and certainly your viewing audience to understand, like I mentioned yesterday on the program, I'm not leaving radio.
Right.
I'm leaving live radio weekends, which a lot of people really wonder.
Your
well,
callers are going to be crying.
the callers, they can call my office at any time. I'm very accessible. I'm really going to be putting my time and effort into developing and working with my two managers, Keith Araki in the home improvement renovation business, and Michael Gibson in the
Great.
referral business, and
Okay.
working with them.
Well, I'm calling your cardiologist if you get out of line. And in the
Don't
interest
call
of...
Mr. Israel. He's a man.
Is that your doctor? Who's your
yeah,
doc?
Dr. Israel.
How great.
Yeah.
But we don't want you to fall down.
Don't want you to fall down. We want you to be merry, and Mary is going to be. Oh, maybe Fanny. We don't want you to fall on your fanny.
I'm Mary. No,
There you go.
don't do that.
These,
Even if your name is Mary.
there you go.
Don't fall on your fanny.
These are the newest in grip strips. And you know, I see, I would say, one a year over the last 10 years of different strips. This, without a doubt, and people like say, how does Shell know that's the best? Well, I try them.
Okay.
And I work with them. But you can rub your finger across that and you can see the grip that you have. First of all, they're very thin. To the top of the little grip points, you're 1/8 of an inch. So there's really no trip point on a tread
Exactly,
or at
so
the
you're not
top of a
tripping
landing.
over the grip. That makes no sense.
Exactly.
End of the porch. Can you cut them to fit the step?
You can cut them, yes you can. And the yellow obviously is for safety. So you get the safety at the top of the step.
It's not
but
so aesthetic.
you can put them inside your home as well, or on your deck, or on your stairs leading to your deck.
Oh.
But they're also ice-proof. They got that grip so you don't
Oh,
get that
great,
ice.
because as you know, it gets slimy here in the winter.
Exactly. My understanding is that Rona has them at Home Hardware. We have them at the House Smart referral office as well.
Great. And what is this contraption?
Now, this is for your husband's business. This is in the roofing business.
My husband?
I'm not sorry, your son-in-law.
I don't have a
your
husband.
Your son-in-law. Wow. Watch.
That's okay.
Maybe I better have
since you quit
my noggin
radio,
looked at too.
we could maybe check your brain.
This is what's commonly known as a replacement vent for those mushroom vents, those black or aluminum. And the DuraFlow allows, especially here in the interior and north and the prairies, not so much here on the coast, but we do have snow once in a while.
Right.
But snow back in the prairies and up in the north, when the snow builds up over top, what happens is you lose your venting ability, but also the warm air that's coming out melts the snow. But when you melt the snow, then you get water inside the home in most of the type of mushroom vents.
Yes.
This one here, you get the airflow, but any water that leaks out.
And the arrows are on there to prove that.
That's right. And the water comes out and leaks around it, so therefore it's not impeding airflow. So
great.
DuraFlow.
Well, I can install that.
Absolutely.
But I don't know about, is that a barbecue? What is it?
This is the DuraFlow, but this is the replacement turbo for that turbo unit that you have, the one that spins. You see the one that the Whirlybirds and the different brand products out there that spin.
Right.
There's no spinning on these units. These units here, you can take one off and replace it with this unit here to give you that full flow, to get that warm air out in the summertime.
So
you
can
have
I
those
install that, or will I have to
well,
call someone?
Just talk to Todd, the shucker, to make sure that you get the belt on before you go up there.
He's a little busy this week.
Yes, I'm sure.
And the thermostat?
The thermostat is for, first of all, controlling air conditioning, heating, as well as the Honeywell now have put the humidistat. So it's the energy saving, also moisture control. So you got everything now, which really keeps that home, that comfort, the quality of air within your home controlled.
Okay, so what if you don't have enough moisture?
Then
you know, your
add
humidistat is down.
You add humidification.
How do you
know
that?
how much? You can do as simple as boiling a pot, or put a humidifier, or you can put a humidifier on your furnace if you have a forced air system.
Right.
If not, you can go to the portable floor models.
Okay.
But controlling it, knowing where it's at, is where the humidity.
Great, because in the winter sometimes the air gets drier.
Exactly.
As you know. So it's always good to have moist air, and good for our skin, and good probably for our lungs.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
So when is your surgery date?
Well, I had, I'll know today actually. I thought I might even know before we come on, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or the following Monday of this week and next week are the dates that I have. But I won't know until such time as I get the phone call today. So
how great.
I'm looking very much
I
forward.
don't mean how great. I'm so glad it's you, not me.
I'll be back here with the zipper, as everybody says, and but I'm looking forward to it. The most important thing, really, Fanny, and being in the media, that we are not changing at the office. I'm accessible at the office. We're going to develop an internet program. See, I got 35,000 members now. Michelle does the House Smart Club.
Great.
So
But you know what? They won't let you have that House Smart Club in your hospital bed. I promise you. Well, they might.
I'll put a wager on it. I'll have it there, and I'll have the internet.
Yeah, you'll be there in your little laptop, tapping away.
Communicating.
It's all good. Well, congratulations. A great run for that radio show.
Thank you.
The Home
And
Discovery Show.
I'm looking very much forward to having some pre-recording and education.
No kidding.
I want to go into the education and informational
Sure.
radio, and that's pre-record.
And then you can come and fix my house.
do that
If you're a
anytime.
little bored,